Well, good day, everyone. I'm Sam McKibben reporting, WNXT Radio News at noon. And our news today is on Veterans Day every Friday. We do this every Friday to kind of keep people informed of all our veterans here inside the county. And we're talking today to a true American hero. I'm going to tell this fellow that I believe he has served his country and done very well indeed. His name is Jason J. Helsel. Jay, it's good to talk to you. We haven't met you in person yet, but certainly I admire what you've done. U.S. Army veteran, how many years in the Army, Jay?
Thank you very much, Sam. It was 11 years active and 1 in the Ohio National Guard.
I see. All right. Very good. U.S. Army veteran there, 12 years. Certainly well-deserved military service there. And I understand from your bio there, 3 combat tours in Iraq and also 2 more combat tours in Afghanistan. Now, we have just pulled out of Afghanistan. I guess by September, all the U.S. troops will be there as advisors. And how did you find the climate over there? Pretty dangerous, I imagine.
A lot of it was really dangerous, but there was a lot of good peacekeeping things that we were doing on ground, providing wells for the locals and security for them, food, and things of that nature. So it was dangerous, but at the same time, a lot of times it was quite rewarding.
Well, that was the part I imagine you really enjoyed, to help people over there. And, of course, you're talking about a different world. I guess you could call that a third world country, not to be denigrating them, but let's face facts. They're not nearly as industrialized and as modern as America or the most of Europe, probably. But, of course, that's not their fault. That's just the way the bullet has bounced, and that's the way everything has rolled over there all those years. Left the Army in 2013, again, from the biography that Eric Raymaker sent me. Eric, you're your Veteran Service Coordinator there at Shawnee State. You're a dad, father of 3 children, and I bet they were glad to get their dad home, weren't they?
Yeah. Unfortunately, my youngest was born while I was in the military, and so there was a lot of his childhood that I missed. But once I left service, I spent a lot of time with them and tried to get into their lives and get to know them a little bit. And I think things worked out well. They seem to be well-adjusted young adults now. They're
like little sponges at that age, and they just soak up everything. They want to go where Dad does, do what Dad does every day. Graduated from Shawnee State in May 2021, a BFA, Bachelor of Fine Arts in Studio Arts, and basically that's an IT application, you might say, at least in my mind. That's what I'm thinking it is. And in the gaming industry, and this is something that it seems like it's a burgeoning business right now, and looks like some of you are getting in on the ground floor of, and certainly we wish you well in that.
Oh, thank you very much. I received a associate's degree from Stark State for game design and another one for mobile app design, and so when I decided to continue my education, I thought fine arts, being able to do the art for video games would probably be in my best interest. So I wanted to pursue that, and I'm glad that I did because I learned quite a bit.
Well, certainly you're a man to be admired, and, taking the ball and running with it. And certainly you're also volunteered with the SFU, Student Veterans of America organization, and help deliver meals in quarantine to quarantine students on the campus there in the emergency. Worked as a student employee for the SFU Office of Veteran Services over the years. So I mean, you haven't been lying around, buddy. You've been doing the job, and we thank you for that. I've taught and worked at Shawnee State as you have, and I've enjoyed the experience very, very much. Let me ask you a question. I ask you with this of all veterans. When you come home and take off the uniform, it seems like to me we're in the Sauter County Veteran Service Commission. It seems like that the veterans of today are a lot different than the veterans when I left service initially, both times, and they're not quite as apt to maybe join organizations like the American Legion or the Kiwanis or the Rotary Club or any other organization. It's a different mindset. Do you agree with that? In a way, it seems to me.
Well, yes and no. I do know some folks that have joined organizations like that. Myself, I didn't really see a reason to get into that. With social media being what it is today, it's a lot easier to communicate with fellow veterans and the men and women that you served with. So it's easy to kind of set up meetups and stuff with your former comrades and to keep in contact like that. There is something to be said about the camaraderie of organizations like that, being able to continue meeting up in a neutral setting and be able to communicate with each other like that, for sure. But I think just with technology being what it is nowadays, it's a lot of times easier to not really take away from the things that you're doing on your day-to-day life and be able to communicate just with quick messages and stuff of that nature.
Well, certainly, I think that's all true. Again, it's just a different world nowadays. We don't do things like we did 10, maybe even 5 years ago. And you say social media has kind of taken over with all the social media sites we have now. And we certainly thank you for your first of all, your military service. I admire what you've done. And again, I think everybody of our listeners will as well. We certainly enjoy talking to you here on Veterans Day, here on this Friday, during the noontime news. And Jason J. Helsel, U.S. Army veteran, 13 years and 3 tours in Iraq and 2 in Afghanistan. You've done your share, my friend. And again, thank you very much for the interview today. Have a great day. I wish you good luck on your future career there, and best to your family. Stay healthy. And again, we always close out these interviews, and God bless America. And again, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Sam. It was an absolute pleasure. I appreciate you having me.
All right. We'll have you on again sometime. You take care of yourself, and again, we'll wish you a very good day. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too.